here. Long. She ain't easy to do. A lot of research, a lot of work goes into these videos. So support your boy, man. You dig? I appreciate y'all for real. Colorado, right? Oh man, is it a fail or do well? 9-3 last year under head coach Deion Sanders. We know Coach Prime. Um, it's tough to say. It really is, man, because 9-3, I got them winning 7 games. I got them winning 7 games. Is that a fail though? Is that a fail? You know what I'm saying? We're not having the two best, possibly to some of the two of the best players that was in college football, Shador Sanders, and just having the best athlete in all of college football and Travis Hunter on your team. Is this a fail? You still got Omarion Miller, Farrakhan Jr., Cornell Farrakhan Jr. coming in as a freshman. The freshman is no slights. These freshmen are good freshmen. They're ranked up pretty high. They're going to be productive. Draylon Miller, he got going last year. He seen the field last year as a freshman, and I think he got going. I think he may have established himself as a decent slot. I'm not going to lie. Now, they did bring in a sophomore transfer, Joseph Williams. They did bring him in from Tulsa, but he's 6'2", 295 pounds, and he gets up and he has some plays where he gets up, kind of put you in the mind of Will Shepherd. You know what I'm saying? Kind of. You know what I'm saying? He had 30 receptions, 588 yards, and he had 5 touchdowns last year at Tulsa. And he made some very contested catches. Now, will Caden Salter be able to put it on him? Because we know that Caden Salter came in. They'll have Isaiah Augustive and Michael Welch running a rock. Dallin Hayden, they'll still have the same exact backfield, in which I hope they definitely and I'm assuming, and look, I'm assuming that they will go ahead and utilize that backfield this year because they have a running quarterback. That's their best bet. And it'll help with that offensive line tremendously. It'll help with that offensive line tremendously in so many ways. Like it kind of puts you in the mind of my Pittsburgh Steelers, right? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we have around a quarterback. And they got all 3 of their running backs returning. All 3 of the guys. Caden Salter had 1,000 yards, 1,886 yards, had 15 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, had a 56% completion percentage. And that's not, you know what I mean? That's like, you like, wow, is it that really bad? Is that bad? Had 114 rushing attempts for 579 yards, had 7 rushing touchdowns. If he could mirror those stats at Colorado, I think he'd be all right. But see, he struggled against teams like Sam Houston State. Struggled against them. Didn't Western Kentucky was I think it was a good game. Could have played better against them. But Western Kentucky, I think, was one of the better squads in the American Athletic, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did well in the Utah game. He was pretty consistent. Sam Houston State had figured him out a little bit, but he still scored a rushing touchdown in that game. And I can't really, you know what I'm saying? You can't really get a good feel on him, on Caden Salter, but I think that he'll be all right. And I mean, they do got Julian Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Julian Lewis, freshman quarterback, backing him up, and I think it'll be all right. Now they brought in a tight end, Zach Atkins. They brought him in from Northwestern Missouri State, 6'4", 240 pounds. We'll see what happens there with him. They brought him in. They also brought in a center, Zaire McGill. They brought him in from Louisiana Tech. This will be his 4th stop. 6'2", 308 pounds. They need that big guy right there. And they brought in a left guard, somebody to put on the side of Jordan Seaton over there. And Zy Chrysler from Illinois, 6'6", 335 pounds. So they definitely upgrade. I think they got some. They passed that up. They got Philip Houston. He did all right at right tackle. He did better than what I expect he was going to do. They got Philip Houston. He'll probably be playing right tackle. Tyler Brown probably be at right guard. They still got Kareem Horton backing up Tyler Brown. They still got Cash Cleveland. So he got a little bit of depth on our O line, and probably be looking to add a couple more guys. But he got some depth, and we know Jordan Seaton had a tough out last year with some holding penalties. But I think he'll do all right. I think he'll have a way better sophomore season, and I think that offense it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? And then they've got a multiple 4-2-5 type of defensive scheme. They got Alden Walker, Taj McCoy, Quincy Wiggins is fourth string. Anquan Barnes, Terrion Carter, Jaheim Otis transferred in, nose tackle from Alabama, 6'5", 325 pounds. He's going to show them how to get it done. Warren Stapp style. Probably going to be a leader. No, most definitely going to be a leader on that defense. But see, the thing that impresses me the most with that defense is Colton Hood, Carter Startermeyer, DJ McKitty, Preston Hodge. All these guys are returning. So their DBs, I think, is cool. Now, the interior. So that's the interior is what kind of gets me. Tavion Coleman at defensive tackle. He's transferred in from Texas State. Another big guy, 6'1", 300 pounds. He's taller than Chidozie, but mind you, they got Amari McNeil. They still got Amari McNeil backing him up. Keaton Wade came in and he played some damn good minutes too. And they got Sam Okunolu playing. You know what I'm saying? So let's not forget that. They got Jalen Wester. Jalen Wester, he's a backup. I don't know if Jalen Wester should be backing up, but we'll see what happens with Reginald Hughes. He transferred in from Jacksonville State, 6'2", 230 pounds, had 31 solo tackles. He had 4.5 sacks. I don't know if that's enough to say that he starts over Jalen Wester. I don't know. I think that's a battle still. There's still to be continued, but we'll see what happens. But he's transferred over, and we'll see what happens there, right? And then they have Martavius French starting over Jeremiah Brown at middle linebacker. Jeremiah Brown is a senior. He's a redshirt senior. But Martavius French transferred over from UTSA, 52 solo tackles, 1 sack, 6'2", 225 pounds. And I mean, they really didn't. And Taufik Bird from South Florida, 34 solo tackles, 1 interception, 6'1", 200 pounds, and that's where he transferred over from. But look, I don't want to sit here and say like it's all bad, because I think that defense, they added they added 5 players from 6 on that defense. And it may been some positions that may needed to be addressed, to be honest, at times. At times, those were some of the weak spots on defense, I think you could say, especially with Hill Green leaving. When Hill Green left, that hurt the team. So we'll have to see what happens there. And they got more transfers on the team. I'm just talking about transfers that could possibly be starting. And they did get Aki Ogunjobi too at right tackle to add in. So they got some pretty good depth. I say defense got better depth. I don't know yet. I don't know for sure if they got better depth or not, but is there a do well or a fail? I think it's a do well, even if I got them winning 7 games. Even if I got Colorado winning 7 games, I still think that that's a do well for Colorado. Because of the tough ass schedule that they about to have. Their schedule is about to be their schedule is about to be tough, bro. And that's why I think that it's a do well if they can get 7 games out of the schedule that they got pulled up. Now, y'all could get out there and crush me all you want to, but this is just what I'm saying. So they got obviously they start off playing Georgia Tech. They start off playing Georgia Tech, period, point blank. That's what they start off doing. Then they got Delaware Deshaun Jackson squad, Delaware Blue Hens. I think is that them or is it Delaware State? I don't know if that's Deshaun Jackson squad or not. Don't quote me on it. But they got Delaware. I think that's the one cupcake, right? Then they're at Houston. That's going to be tough. Willie Fritz's team is going to be tough. We'll be talking about them here in a second, but Willie, that's not going to be a pushover at all. Then they're at home versus Wyoming Cowboys. Don't know what that's going to be looking like. That should not, you know what I mean? I don't know what that game is going to look like. They're in the Mountain West. That probably should be a dub for them though. Then they're playing BYU at Folsom. Then they go to TCU. Going to be tough. We'll be talking about them too. Iowa State's going to be a tough game. Utah's going to be a tough game. They got to go to Utah, play Arizona at home. That's a dub. At West Virginia, tough game. Arizona State, tough game. At Kansas State, tough game. And that's what they finish off at Kansas State. They finish off like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, tough schedule. Very tough schedule. And I got them getting 7. And so to me, 7 wins out of that schedule, and I'll say it again, is a do well. So I say Colorado is a do well. And I probably don't have many fails on here. Because granted, I'm not down on the Big 12 as much. We'll keep it moving to the next one. Shout out to Colorado.